Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into the RLSS Riptide Cup here on this Wednesday night. The stakes are high and the action is about to get explosive tonight. We have two powerhouses ready to clash in what promises to be an absolutely electrifying showdown. I'm excited. One side we have a KCG Force team who's been doing pretty good, you know, very great precision plays, always ready to sweep in like a storm and leave their opponents absolutely reeling. On the other side, though, don't count them out. We have the MWM Crooks. Team's got a pretty good reputation of that nice ruthless aggression getting out there on the pitch. Every goal, every save, every breathtaking play. I know these two teams are going to be pulling it all out on the line tonight. Battling it for that that supremacy. That chance to take one step closer to becoming the Riptide Cup champions. All right, I hope you're all ready. Buckle on up. We are about to jump on in. Thank you all so much coming out here to support these two teams. We are getting ready to jump on in. Once we give the two teams the go-ahead, you know we're going to be getting on in there. Thank you for everybody who is following right now. I will read off the names, but we're getting on at it. Let's go and let them know we are good. Ready to go whenever. As soon as the players get ready to launch on in, we are going to be getting into kickoff of game number one. They are loading on in. Let's on over. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Rocket League time, game number one of the night. And there she goes. Kickoff already, and it looks like ball is in possession of... Oh man, my ball is not actually showing the correct... Oh no, this is it's showing blue and orange. Okay, well, we got teams blue and orange for this match right now. Give me just a... Oh man. You know what? When you haven't done a Rocket League cast in a hot minute, you're gonna have these kind of scuffs every now and then. 30 seconds into the match though, and it already looks like our blue team is keeping some nice aggression and godless on MWM. Getting a nice little demo, cheeky demo early on into the round. Close, and it goes on in. Physical is able to find it and send it on in. Don't mind me as I take care of this. I'm going to do that so you guys don't miss out on any of the action while I make sure to get this going in a presentable way. Hold on. Where are my team names? There we go. Look at that. We fixed it. Team Blue and Team Orange are no longer Team Blue and Team Orange. We have KCG going up against MWM. One goal already on the board for... You know what? We're pretty good at this game, aren't we? Switch teams. There we go. All right, now we did it. Warm-up game, guys. Warm-up game for myself. Warm-up game for these players. Hypernova getting a nice little demolition. Again, another minute since... Not even a minute since the previous one. Are we good? Is the stream good? Is the cast good? Have we scuffed it enough at this point that we are able to, you know, make sure things are running nicely? A minute and a half into the match. One on the board, and so far we've had some pretty good back and forth ball possession. Very nice, very even between the two teams, although by the looks of it, MWM has been getting the upper hand, as you can see already. Goal under fire for KCG, but they're able to fend this one off and send it on down into MWM territory. What is with this team right now? MWM getting another one. Crispy knocking out another demolition, although pressure is on the goal of KCG. Hovering over the top, just gonna swing right over one side, right to the other. Still hovering around though. You might need to watch yourself on this one. Gonna tap it on away. Physical gonna pick it up, pass on over. Crispy gonna send it. Good defense though from Elements, able to rotate on around, get that nice little defense and knock the ball away. I do love the rotations coming out at KCG already, hovering over the top, and it gets tapped away. Hypernova able to make sure it doesn't even get in front of the goal, but just right off the top rim. It doesn't seem like KCG wants to let this one go. They're keeping up the pressure and they're making sure that MWM's not really getting an inch to breathe. We are a little over halfway now through game number one. Here comes Casey. Ooh, Element was looking for it, but a lot wiser, was able to step away, realizing there was a good defensive option coming in from the corrupt Crooks. Good reset, and now already Looks like MWM wanting to get a little bit aggressive themselves. KCG, though, doing a really good job of just keeping the ball down in Corrupt Crooks territory. Take a look at this, already down in the corner. And look at that. I open my mouth, and what does Crispy do? He says, here, let me prove you wrong. Let me get a demo. And the ball goes right back down. Okay. I can't with these two teams right now. Minute 45 left on the clock. So far, 4 demolitions. Let's get a demolition counter going already. Only in game number 1 for MWM alone, okay? Element, though, looking for a little bit of setup. He's going to get it right over the top. Hypernova! Another demolition. Center ball. Hypernova off the reset. Not even off the reset. I'm sorry. Able to come over for the defense and make sure there is no setup for KCG. Although Physical looking for it. Not going to be able to find it. Element on the backswing. Look at this. Element goes for the setup. Does does Techie have it? He does not. Physical rotates around. 2 members in center field for KCG wanting to find it. Good little grouping, but unfortunately not going to be able to do enough. There's the 60-second timer here in game number 1. KCG leading the charge 1-0 here in the game. Corrupt Crooks need to find the 1 to get us that tie to take us on into overtime. Ooh, a little bit of a whip by Crispy. Was it intentional? Hypernova steps on back and gets the pickup. Soars right over the top of Element. Does it go in? He doesn't even need an assist. There it goes from his own corner. We are evened on out with 41 seconds left on the clock. Look at that soar right over there. A nice airborne dribble to soar right over the members of KCG, and in she goes. Great shot by Hypernova. 41 seconds, like we mentioned. Here comes the kickoff. Who is going to take the lead? And honestly, who's going to take this game number 1? Already these two teams getting everybody on the edge of their seats. 30 seconds left on the clock in this best of 5. We got a whole 5 games that we got to get to. Actually, we could have a whole... Oh, hold on. Center ball. I'm going to hold my breath right there. 15 seconds left on the clock. We'll get back to that one. Element taps it on away, gets it on over into Corrupt Crooks territory. Center ball gets blocked by Hypernova. Good rotation back around for the defense of Corrupt Crooks. It gets close. The touchdown. Do we see it? Are we going into OT? We are going into OT in game number 1. Time is now ticking on the upward end of things. Element goes over, looking for a little bit of setup. Does Physical find it? But Godless rotates around. Hypernova clears it on out of there. Great defense by Godless. Great clear by Hypernova. Great job by Corrupt Crooks as a whole. Techie not wanting to let this one go, though. Physical goes for the center ball. Godless is there to tap it on away. The rotations from KCG are looking really good. They really have Corrupt Crooks playing on the defensive right now, and it shows. So far, we have, right now in the overtime, 57% domination. That's not too much of field domination, but it does feel that way. You know, oh man, what happened right there? Element slipped on past and was able to put away game number 1 for KCG Force. Look at that. You take your eyes off them for just a moment, and these teams are able to put it on in game 1 under the belt of KCG Force. What an electric start right out of the gate for these two teams. Elements able to find one. Physical Abuse able to find one as well. But don't leave out Hypernova over on the side of MWM. It is going to be KCG who come out on top in game number 1, though. But like we mentioned, it's a best of 5. We got so much Rocket League left. So make sure you sit on tight while I locate the map. We're going to head on over to Aqua Dome for game number 2. There she is. Lock it on in. We're going to say we're ready. Once the players are ready, get ready yourselves for kickoff in game number 2. Let's take a little bit of a breather. See, that was honestly such an electric first game. You know, that was... interesting. I love the pressure coming out of KCG, and you could tell that MWM needed to, or I shouldn't say needed to, felt like they needed to be so hard on the defensive. You looked right off the kickoff, right out of the gate. They had a member just chilling back, hovering over the goal, just ready, it seems. We're going to jump it on in to Aqua Dome right now. Game number 2 is about to get underway. The players are loading in. right on over. It's kickoff time, game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. KCG Force leading the charge 1-0 in the series. And we are off. Center ball right in front of the goal. Get it out of there, Hypernova. Good job right there from MWM. Not what you want to see. 10 seconds into the game. Ooh. Okay, everyone, we can all take a breather right there. No, we can't. No, we can't. Techie says no, okay? Techie gonna be your own setup, gonna just be your own assist, and gonna right over there. 2 members of Corrupt Crooks on the defense. Not even 20 seconds in. That is coming out with an absolute bang right here in game number 2. KCG wanting to cement that 2-game lead, that nice little buffer in this best of 5 series, and put themselves on a great setup for match point. But when it's only 20 seconds into the first game, that does mean that, hey, there is 4 minutes and 40 seconds still left. I can do math. Look at that. We can do math correctly on stream. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Last one took us to overtime. MWM came back, even though KCG did end up getting that opening goal. MWM's going to show. They're going to give them a fight. They're going to make sure that they work for this if they do want it. They're going to bite back, and if they leave those kind of openings, MWM will take advantage of it. But Element is able to put it on in and get a second goal for KCG. Look at that one right off the corner. Tap, tap, revenge on in. 1-2, ladies and gentlemen. KCG are up. So far, 1 for Techie, 1 for Element. Now we need Corrupt Crooks to find it themselves. Where is the comeback? Show me what you got. It's just, I don't think KCG Force is really giving them an inch. When you look at what happened back in game number 1, what was the goal that Corrupt Crooks ended up finding? It was this soaring shot from Hypernova from their own side. Maybe it's utilize KCG Force's aggression, then go for like a nice airborne dribble that we did see. Obviously, you know, it's not going to happen every time, but you know, it's the idea right there, okay? Let them get over aggressive. Take a look. It's 1, 2, 3 members of KCG right now in this corner. Could Corrupt Crooks find an opportunity off of that to slip past the members of KCG yet again? Is that your option? Maybe. Catch them grouped up, catch them slacking. We're going to find out. 3 minutes left on the clock. Element tapping it right back on over, looking for the center ball. Hypernova, nah, you're not getting any sort of setup in my house, in my territory, right in front of my goal. I'm not going to allow that one. Techie off the ceiling with the help of Crispy, you know, a little bit of back and forth right there. The airborne control is really great, and honestly, even for the Riptide Cup, I absolutely love it because I say this all the time. This is definitely not something I can manage myself, which is why we're out here talking about the game. 2.5 minutes in, half of the game to go. 2-goal lead for KCG Force. Tap on down. Hypernova can just watch this one go. Give it the extra tap. He sees the members of KCG coming. Now we're down to 1 goal. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at that. Hypernova was just going to let that one happen. And then he sees, oh, you're coming. Hold on. Here, let me just assist that one physical. You're not going to come in with the defense right there. Great job from KCG. I'm sorry. Great job from Corrupt Crooks. Bringing it on back a little bit. Let's bring it on back now a lot of bit. They need 1 more to tie us on up. We got a lot of game left to go. Touch on down by Techie. On over. Element looks for a center ball. Not going to find it. Hypernova. Again, I feel like I'm shouting out your name. You're doing a great job on these defenses. Crispy, though, and Godless both hanging around by the goal, able to swat this one away. But take a look at that again. Immediately, the onslaught of KCG Force right now to just keep the goal under pressure right now. Queen would be having a field day with this song. 1:45 left, though. Hypernova right over the top. Good job from Element to find it in midair. Godless! Godless! Taps it on back. In she goes. We are even, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 2. I'm going to have to take off my sweatshirt for this one. You know, we're getting into winter time over here, and man, I'm getting heated. The players are getting heated. This atmosphere is getting heated. 1.5 minutes left to go. Who is going to take the lead? Or do we need to go all the way into overtime again for the deciding factor? You know what? Here's why I'm going to predict this right now. Game 1, 1-1. We go into overtime. Game 2, 2-2. We go into overtime, right? Game 3, 3-3. You guys see what you pick up what I'm putting down right now? This is how we're gonna do this, right? I'm looking forward to it. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Getting down to that 60-second mark. Get ready. Here she comes. Who's gonna find an opportunity, though? Is there gonna be an opportunity? Or will we find the outcome of game number 2 in overtime, just like game number 1? If so, we got a long best of 5 ahead of us. If that's going to be the case, I can see it right now. 5 best of 5 matches, all in overtime, going to Champions Field to be the deciding factor between these two teams. Also in overtime, 30 seconds left, and KCG, you know, feeling the pressure themselves this time around. Corrupt Crooks are on the offensive, and this is what I've been looking for, waiting to see. Godless taps it on up, soars on over the top. Godless goes for the setup. It does not get found, though. Great defense from KCG, and immediately sending it on down to Corrupt Crooks' side of the pitch. Touchdown over the top. Do we end up finding this? 4 seconds left. Time is ticking on down. And now we are going into overtime yet again. Touch off right there's the kickoff. And now again, time is ticking on up. 2-2. Who is gonna find it this time around? Do we get the back and forth in the individual games and also in the series? Can MWM find it? I feel like I'm seeing some of that warmed up life that we were talking about just get into their tires. Hypernova, look at that. There it is. That's what we were waiting for. Hypernova able to find the goal. Send it on in, why don't ya? MWM take game 2 in overtime, and we are moving on into game number 3. Where is my mouse? Okay, I actually lost my mouse, guys. There we go. I found it. We're good. We're good. Transition on over. Wow. What a game number 2. What a series so far between these two teams. We are heading on over to DFH Stadium. Tap on out. Ooh. Don't change the game mode. That would be bad. TFH Stadium. There we go. Got that one set up. Oh, you know, I love these back and forth, just adrenaline-filled matches where it seems like, I can't even say seems like, it's just competitive, you know? It's competitive. It feels great. We're loading on in. The players are ready to go. They are raring to go. And here we go. Kickoff time. Game number 3. See, Wizard, you're saying lock in. I agree. Let's lock on in. Let's see what we got. Soar up over the top. Will we see another 20-second goal? Let's find out. We got 10 seconds left to make it happen. Who could make it happen? You know what? I like this little pogo stick ball bouncing around the center field. Nobody's getting the 20-second goal. That's what that tells me right now. There it is. 20-second mark is passed. We're good. We're in the clear. You know, maybe it's a good feeling to not see it. The 20-second mark. Goal! Happen! So I guess we'll go to the 30-second goal. Tacky! Tacky, come on! Look at that one. Threading it right on past Crispy. Nice little corner shot. KCG taking the lead in game number 3. Bringing it back. You know, I said it at the start of this. I said it before. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth we go, right? One of my favorites, and it's just great to have this kind of competitive atmosphere. These two teams are really putting it on. Hypernova. Oh, man. Okay. I gotta, like, take a step right there. 2 members of KCG just gunning for the goal of Corrupt Crooks, and Hypernova able to save it in a moment's notice. Good job right there. All 3 members now on the defense from MWM. KCG, though, putting up a good fight again. We're seeing some of that, you know, I was talking about MWM with the warm-up. Hypernova! Hypernova! I'm going to keep shouting out your name right now. Look at that one from center field. Godless is like, here, let me just, like, coast this one over the top. Crispy touches it, sends it to Hypernova in center field, drills it on down. Look at that. We are evened on back. 1-1 in the series. 1-1 in game number 3. Ball is up, coasting to the goal. Godless is there, though. The rocket ship launch coming right on up and is able to find it. Hypernova, look at that. We're back in the Demoville, okay? Touch on down. Godless looks for it. What happened there, Godless? Hold on. Look at this one right here. Tip and bounce. Wow. MWM, guys. I don't know if you're watching the same game. I know you're watching the same game I am. MWM's, they're warming up. You know, they needed to do that little warm-up lap, you know, where they, you know, they're doing NASCAR where they're moving their tires around, you know, getting them going before the actual race starts. I haven't watched NASCAR a day in my life. Demolition Physical able to knock down Godless. 2-1 here. Only 2 minutes off the clock in game number 3. MWM Corrupt Crooks, though, I'll be screaming your guys' name out right now, for the first time in the series, are leading off with a lead. That is so great right now. Tap on down into KCG territory, but immediately swatted on back over. Techie looking for the setup. 2 members of Corrupt Crooks over in the goal. Physical sends it over to center. Touches down. Godless, though, is there. Tap it right on back, though. Hypernova is going to clear this one on out. Open goal. Open goal. Physical rotates around and saves it, though. Great job from the Corrupt Crooks defense. Elements now going and tapping it over into the corner. A little 4-member grouping between the 2 teams. Godless, though, slips right on past. Godless is looking for good comeback from Physical. Taps that one on out. Denies the shot attempt. But take a look at Hypernova. Keep your eyes on Hypernova. Okay, Hypernova has been cooking it right now. Take a look at this. Oh, 1, 2, 3 members of Corrupt Crooks. Not able to find it, though. KCG taps it away. Open goal for Godless. Right off the top and over and into the corner. Send it back down. Back and forth in the series. Back and forth in the score. Back and forth on the pitch. This is a total tone changer from game number 1, okay? Game number 1, it just felt like KCG was just gunning for the throat of Corrupt Crooks. It felt like Corrupt Crooks did not have a moment to breathe. And now take a look at this. Now it's just like, I can't even put it into words, you know, other than back and forth. Competitive, obviously, great, you know. Eye candy. You love to see it. We're taking down to the 60-second mark here in game number 3. Godless, good night. Yeah, you're seeing the gray screen right now. Techie makes sure of that one. Hypernova taps it on up. Godless off the reset. Goes and touches it. Take a look at this one right over the top of the goal. Crispy's able to connect with the ball, though, and deny the setup. There's the 60-second mark here in game number 3. The ball is going. The ball is soaring. It's not able to find its way in, though. We were watching a demo. It was right behind the explosion. I was so nervous there for just a moment, thinking that that one was about to go in, but it was able to get denied. 30 seconds left on the clock. Will Corrupt Crooks walk away with this one? Crispy would like to say certainly. Sends it on in. 2-goal buffer. 30 seconds to go. And MWM is looking to put game 3 in the books. There she goes. 30-second mark. Kickoff is there. KCG now looking for a little bit of fight, looking to deny defense. Unfortunately, not too much you can do right now. Corrupt Crooks really just need to play this nice and chill, and they should have this game 3 in the bag. I hear this ho 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 every other second. 10 seconds left. Time is ticking down, and that looks like that is going to be game number 3. MWM are going to take that one after Hypernova receives some physical abuse. There she is. MWM are going to take game number 3. Wow. Just wow. We are seeing MWM just roll on up here and just turn it up. You know, I don't know what happened. You know, I mean, where this energy came from, I love every single bit of it. Where are we going next? Wasteland Night. Set up the map real quick. Check in with the team, see how they are doing. And I can tell you right now, if you're MWM, I think you're doing pretty good. You know, I think you're doing pretty good. I think you're feeling pretty good. The electric energy that we are getting, they have turned it up to 11. They are getting aggressive, and they are the ones who are saying, KCG, you know, we're not going to give you a moment to breathe. But here's my big but. Ball possession in that game, 48 to 52%. Dead even. Okay. Now, while MWM's doing a very good job at getting aggressive over there, okay? I mean, in terms of when you look at game number 1 to now, the game number 1, it was kind of like they were lacking that sort of offensive prowess, you know? Here now, what are we seeing? We're seeing that energy. We're seeing them bring. So let's bring it on in to game number 4. Let's make sure we fix their series score. Look at that one here. There we go. There we are. Series score is fixed. Let's check out what's going right here. And oh, godless. Hey, can I like make sure that names are set up on top before you decide to do that, bud? I would very much greatly appreciate it. 7 seconds. Okay, so we went from what, 20 I say, but it was like 19 to 27, now down to 7. Okay. Oh, Techie's back. Okay, can I get like a drop your predictions in chat? How high do we think the score is getting in this game collectively between the two teams? 2 scores in about 10 seconds, about 15 seconds. Okay, where are we thinking? Give me some numbers, baby. Wow, what a start for both of these teams. Godless, Tataki, and you know, I'm just kind of at a loss for words right there. That was yeah, you know, lost for words. I think, you know what, we'll just drop that one right there and leave it right there, which sucks because I'm the guy who's supposed to be dropping the words. You're in the match. Okay, so we went 5 seconds without another goal. That's good. We're almost coming up on 40 seconds without a goal, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so maybe the numbers aren't going to be as drastic as I thought. A little bit of a slip up on both teams, maybe. Let open an opportunity off the kickoff. Obviously, both ends for both teams. There we go, 60 seconds off the clock, 4 minutes to go! An Element drills it on in! KCG is back in the driver's seat. Wow. Water. Water. Drink lots of water for this one. 60 seconds off the clock, and KCG found themselves yet another goal here in game number 4. Do remember that it all comes down to this is match point. KCG need this to stay in it, to have a chance for them to be the ones to be the winners tonight, okay? Game number 4, and it is coming down to this. You'd love to see it, though, between these two teams. Like I said, very competitive the entire way through. MWM has warmed up, and KCG are now biting back. They're fighting back, and they are butting heads very electrically. Look at that double tap on over, and Element is able to find the second one for the match. Take a look at that one. Nice little pass, Techie, right into a double of his teammates. Able to put that one in, and that corrupt Crooks. Remember how in the last game you had that 2-goal buffer yourself? Well, take a look at the other side. Take a look at your opposition right now. They have the 2-goal buffer. That is right, 3-1 in favor of KCG Force, proving that they are now coming back to be a force to be reckoned with. Tap on down into the corner of corrupt Crooks territory. Take a look at this. Open goal, open goal. Good rotation back around, physical. Able to find that one, swat it away, and deny my call out for an open goal. I really appreciate that one. Element taps it on over the defenders of corrupt Crooks, and Crispy is able to meet it in the air. Sets up to Godless, taps it on down. Physical's going to say, you know what? We're going to play a little game of volleyball right now and just kind of pass it back and forth. Maybe tennis? Is that the better showing of this one? Tennis, we're just going to pass it back and forth like this. 3 members of Crooks over swarming the goal. And KCG is trying to match that with the aggression, the offense. And take a look at this one, swatting it right on back down. KCG now tapping it up to center field. Physical tries to meet it, looks for the setup. The 2 members of his team rotating around the back end, looking for a nice lineup. Hypernova's going to send it on over to the corner. Crispy goes for the tap, looks for the setup. Comes on over, but gets denied by the 3 members of KCG. Hypernova sends it right back down. Getting close. Crispy going, gets denied. Godless able to find the touch. Crispy centers it over the top of the goal. Godless goes for the setup. Hypernova, unfortunately, not able to find it right off the top left end of the post. Look at this, though. Crispy meets it in the back, rotates back around, and just kind of touches it, just taps it. The rotations from Crooks are looking phenomenal now here in game number 4. They need to find 2, though, and honestly, they're looking clean. I loved seeing what I'm seeing. The problem, though, is that KCG is defending cleanly themselves. The offense looks great, but the defense looks great as well. And unfortunately, when you have that perfect offense versus perfect defense kind of scenario, who comes out on top, okay? This is probably like a philosophy question, right? That kind of unstoppable force meets an immovable object scenario. I think that's exactly what it is, actually, to make that analogy. Who would win in a fight? The perfect offense or the perfect defense? Well, we have KCG and Crooks right now to give us that kind of scenario. And so far, it's been nothing but back and forth. The thing, too, about the Rocket League, you know, it's no just... Here, how should I say? It's not that there is no just one moment you're on offense. It has so much back and forth that you shouldn't be only on offense, because that would mean the other team's only on defense. And that doesn't feel good, as we saw back in game number 1 for Crooks. Soar and in. Another shot on goal, puts it away. KCG now up 3 in game number 4. Hold them off. I don't think they need to hold them off. I think they just need to keep turning up the pressure, keep turning up that dial, match the pressure that Crooks were trying to bring to the table. We're bringing to the table, okay? We can't deny them that. With 3 goals to go, I think that is going to put away game number 4. The series is all tied up, and for the first time in a long time on this stream, we are going to Champions Field. Wow. Just wow. That is really all that can come out of my mouth. Oh man, it has been a while since we've been to Champions Field. Been doing a lot of best of 7s. I think that was kind of some of the most recent ones. So now to have Champions Field in this matchup between these 2 teams. Ooh, who do you guys have? Drop it in the chat right now. KCG or MWM? Who is going to take Champions Field? Who's going to take game number 5? Who is going to walk away from week 5 with the W? That victory. Who's going to be victorious? Let us know right down there who you're rooting for. I see some KCGs. I see some MWMs. All right. We got some both ways. Look at that. Back and forth in the games, back and forth in the matches, back and forth in the chat. Love to see it. Here we go. We're loading on in. Teams are going to give us the thumbs up. We're going to get set on the match. We're going to go to Champions Field. I'm excited. I'm really excited to remember what Champions Field looks like. Match point tiebreaker. Set point, series point, game point, everything, all of the above. It all comes down to this. Who is going to be tonight's big winner? We have Champions Field to decide. What a save. I forget, I have a second caster now here in game number 5. How do I cast along this guy? I need him to give me some feedback, you know? Let me know what he thinks about the game so far. So far, he's given me what a save. It was a very good save. We love that. A great shot attempt as well. What a save. Okay, so he's the what a save guy. All right. I'll leave the color casting to him, and I'll handle the detailed breakdown, as we'll say. Getting down to the 60-second mark so far, and KCG are keeping some good pressure over here right now. 60% in favor of Corrupt. Crooks actually in possession of the ball. But when you look at the field domination, it's down for KCG, who just put it on in, and we're able to find the opening goal in game number 5. This is what you want. This is what you want right now. That early lead here in this game number 5 scenario. Who's going to find it? 60 seconds now off the clock. Players rotating around. Let's see what we end up finding. Soaring over the top. Hypernova goes for the setup, but Godless comes in for the strike. Take a look at this one. Hypernova soars right over the top of the defenders. Taps it on down. And Godless, there you go. Nice little wrap it up and deliver. Well, I don't think we got to worry about the scenario of the early lead anymore. Another tap on in by Techie. KCG able to find themselves another. What is going on? Oh, it seems that we have a... Oh, hold on. Is there a pause? I don't think there is a pause ability. Well, let's see what KCG can do down a man. They found a score in a 2v3 scenario on Champions Field. I gotta keep dropping that one on Champions Field. Can KCG come out on top in the 2v3 scenario right now? Find out next week. They are keeping up the pressure. Take a look at this. They have Corrupt Crooks on the back foot. They're finding it difficult to really slip on through. Okay, so here's the thing that you got to look at, okay? With this three-dimensional movement that you have in Rocket League, can you benefit from being in a man-down scenario? Because there's less clutter, so to speak, on the pitch. You know, it's just you and one other guy. He says, I got it. You say, hey, I got it. You know, not so much three people bouncing back and forth. Very directed. The one thing that I will definitely take away from is your opportunities to defend, your opportunity to attack, find those striking moments, because if one's going for the setup and the other one goes for the strike, as we're seeing them trying to find those openings for, who is on defense? Who's making that rotation back? That notorious thing we need to see, that shadow defense to go in for the strike. You know, they don't have that opportunity. So KCG needs to be very particular about the movements they make. Little touchdown over the rim. Hypernova looks for it, not able to find it, but you know who does. Crispy is able to tie us on up. Take a look at that. That was so close right there. Hypernova's like, here you go. You get a second chance. Tap on in. 2-2. It's all evened out. We are halfway through game number 5 on Champions Field. A little bit of a pop-up. KCG looking to get advantage of this one. They want to find the aggression. I'm wondering, you know, do you just kind of try to find a way to commit towards offense? Is the best offense a good defense in this scenario? You guys let me know what you think. We still feeling the KCG hype train. Oh, Techie. That was a close little pinch right there. You had me kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you had your fans nervous too. You were able to swat it down. Good job right there. Another minute's passed on by, and we are dead even. Godless is able to. Oh! Never mind. Techie is him. Techie with the save. Element with the save. Back to back with these two players right now. KCG is not giving this one up. And that is how you should play it. There are 5 matches in the best of 5. Okay. You know, I can't make a good analogy with that. I'll say this one, though. There's 4 quarters in a game of football. I know football. We'll make a football reference. Play all 4 quarters no matter what. No matter how far down you are. 60 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, you're down a man, but you found a score in the 2v3. You were able to hold the line. You were able to defend as good as you can. It's dead even right now. KCG is really... this is going to be the new meaning to the KCG force. Okay, if they're able to pull this one off. Take a look at this right now. Corrupt Crooks is feeling the pressure. Good rotation around by Element, is able to touch it in over top. Physical's back! Physical's back, ladies and gentlemen. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Corrupt Crooks weren't able to find the lead with the man down scenario. We're even back out in players. We're gonna go into overtime at this rate. He made it back. This is it. 10 seconds left on the clock in Champions Field. Touch in front of the goal. Element not able to find it. Good save by Godless. Air ball in KCG territory. Time is up. Will it touch down? Will it get sent on him? Godless goes for the shot. Element able to find the save. Hypernova keeping it bounced on up. Techie keeping it on up as well. There's the touchdown. Overtime. Champions Field. 3 versus 3. Welcome back, Physical, baby. Goodbye, Physical, baby. Crispy is able to find it off the back end of the demo in overtime on Champions Field, and they are going to be the winners tonight on week number 5 in your Riptide Cup. Congratulations to the MWM Corrupt Crooks.